Hi, my name is Toby Pierce, and I'd like to share a devotional thought with you today. Wasn't it great to have Eric Lyons and his wife Jana come and be with us last weekend? You know, both because it's just they're a wonderful Christian couple, and it was great to get to know them, and of course because of all the information that Eric shared with us during the creation and versus evolution seminar that we had. Well, for today's devotional, I'd like to kind of continue along that theme by looking at days 3 and 4 of creation. And just for context, I'm going to begin in Genesis 1, beginning in verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God made the expanse and separated the waters that were under the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven, and there was evening and there was morning, the second day. Now, I want to look at something that happened on the third day to help us understand what happened on the fourth day. So verse 9, and God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit, in which is their seed, each according to its kind. Each according to its kind on the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit, in which is their seed, each according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the third day. You know, a while back, my brother gave us a camera that can take time-lapse photos. Well, my first attempt was of doing a time-lapse on a hibiscus flower opening. I'll show this a couple of times because it goes by so fast. Well, the lighting was bad, and I had too much time between the snapshots and everything. Well, someday maybe I'll try again. But back there in verse 11, did you catch that term sprout in verse 11? Let the earth sprout forth vegetation. Or maybe your version might say bring forth vegetation. You know, God didn't just set full-blown fruit trees on the earth like you might set a bouquet of flowers on your dining table. He made them sprout up out of the ground and bear fruit. All there on day 3. And he doesn't make the sun appear until the next day. So it wouldn't make sense for it to be thousands of years or even hundreds of years between the time that the plants came up and the sun came out that the plants would need. Well, verse 14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And God set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good, and there was evening and there was morning, the fourth day. You know, people get hung up over what we consider to be the speed of light and how far away the stars are based on that calculation. And well, I'm no scientist, but if you really look into how we calculate the speed of light, it sure seems to me like there's some built-in flaws in the way that happens. Some ways that our measuring tools affect the very light that we're trying to measure. But be that as it may, it doesn't even matter regarding creation. Because verse 15 and verse 17 both tell us that God made the heavens, including the stars, to give light upon the earth. So on the day that God created the stars, he also made their light shine upon the earth. That's why he made the stars. So don't get tripped over how much God could do during the days of creation. Whatever God wants to have happen, he can certainly make happen. Trust God. Trust his word. Trust all of his word. From the first chapter of Genesis that we just read part of to the final chapter of Revelation. Trust the Lord and have a blessed day.
If you would like more information, or if you'd like to participate in our Bible studies and worship services, we would love to have you come join us at the Northeast Church of Christ in Albuquerque, New Mexico.